Alexa Bliss recently dropped a comment about her past characters, so we'll see what she had to say there. We'll also see how Seth Rollins referenced AEW on Raw, how WWE let all the fans down with a certain situation, and more. Let's start things off on this situation on how fans are being sarcastic about how WWE let millions of fans down. So last week, WWE fully advertised on Raw and on social media that Lacey Evans would be returning to the ring the following week on Raw. Well, that Raw came and went with no Lacey Evans match, despite it being previously advertised by WWE. No one mentioned why the match was cancelled, no acknowledgement of that Lacey Evans appearance that they were previously advertising. Now, the WWE fans were joking around and being sarcastic with this situation, saying that WWE let millions of fans down and owes everyone an apology for not being able to deliver on the Lacey Evans match, which was something that was advertised. Of course, fans were referring to how WWE handled the Sasha Banks and Naomi walkout. When they advertised that six-pack match and Sasha and Naomi left, WWE portrayed it as the end of the world, issuing multiple statements and comments on how Sasha and Naomi disappointed all the fans, and how WWE was unable to deliver on something that they previously advertised. So fans are now joking around and wondering, where's the same energy from WWE for this cancelled Lacey Evans match? Where's the statement? Where's the apology? Where's the explanation for WWE not delivering on something that previously advertised with Lacey Evans' return to the ring? But in regards to Lacey Evans, no one knows what's going on there or what her direction really is. When her teaser and video packages started playing on SmackDown, it seemed like there was a clear direction for her character. She was being repackaged, telling all these deep personal stories that was going to help her convert into a potential top babyface on SmackDown. That seemed to be the plan, but where things started to go off the rails was when Lacey Evans was moved to Raw. After spending weeks telling her story on SmackDown and even making her physical return to SmackDown, Lacey was shifted to Raw out of nowhere without any story explanation. Lacey's video package continued on Raw. She even came out and had some promo time, but now her direction feels uncertain, especially given the reports that Lacey Evans' babyface turn was allegedly scrapped and how she'll be going back to being a heel. So all those weeks of video packages and stories may become useless and irrelevant if they fully go with that heel turn. There's not a lot of top heels in the Raw women's division for Bianca Belair to face, so chances are that they did go through that full heel turn for Lacey Evans just so that she'll be a bit more in depth in the women's division for Bianca Belair to face. It is pretty concerning that they canceled Lacey Evans' return match, especially on a 3-hour show. But maybe something ran over time and maybe we'll see that return match for Lacey Evans next week, so that's something to keep a watch out for. We are now a full month into Alexa Bliss's WWE return, so what's new and what have we learned? Well, from a statistical point of view, Alexa's return has been great. Alexa has a perfect winning streak intact of 4 wins, 0 losses since returning to Raw. She beat Sonya Deville twice, Nikki, and Doudrop. So a straight win-to-loss standpoint, it's perfect. Couldn't ask for anything better. But from a character and storytelling standpoint, the return has been borderline abysmal thus far. Like we've been saying for several weeks now, yeah, Alexa's been back, but it feels like we're still waiting for her to return because it's been 4 relatively short matches with no sense of direction or story for her. We then talked about how some mic time for Alexa Bliss could help build up some character development and story. WWE did give her a backstage interview and another interview on Raw Talk a few weeks ago, but the character's responses were all extremely bland and gave us absolutely nothing. The biggest clue that we have so far for Alexa's future direction comes from some of the things said on commentary. When it comes to commentary, WWE commentators do have some freedom to say what they please, but they also do have some notes given to them about certain points that they have to touch on. And if you pay attention to commentary during these Alexa Bliss matches, Corey Graves continues to stress how Alexa's working with less ruthlessness and intensity since returning to Raw. So again, that doesn't tell us much, but it does sort of confirm that the evil, ruthless version of Alexa Bliss is truly gone. So yes, Alexa is physically appearing on the show, but it feels like they still have no plans for the character and story at this current moment of time. Alexa surprisingly took to Twitter herself to comment on her WWE character and had this to say, quote, "To be fair, I miss that version of me too," end quote. And it was a very vague tweet. Obviously, there's been a lot of versions of Alexa's character, so for her to see that she missed that version, no one is truly sure about what version she's referring to. A lot of assumptions is that Alexa's referring to her heel goddess persona that had her on top of WWE's women's division for several years. From 2016 to just about when Ronda Rousey showed up in 2018, Alexa Bliss truly ran the women's division. 5 world title wins in 2 years. That's the kind of success Alexa Bliss was having with this persona during that era. Heel Alexa Bliss during those 2 years was really something special. She'll get on the mic and own the crowd or own whoever she's feuding with. Had so much rich personality to the character. But in 2019, when she started to team with Nikki Cross, Alexa's character lost a lot of that personality as a babyface and looks similar to the way she looks in current day. Not a lot of character or personality going on. And then of course with the Bray Wyatt conversion, that was a miracle because it took this bland babyface version of Alexa Bliss and turned her into one of the most character-driven, intriguing characters in all of WWE. There was some fans in the comment section of Alexa's tweet talking about how they missed the supernatural Fiend era for Alexa's character and how it was misused. And that couldn't be any more true. When you look back at it, the Fiend version of Alexa Bliss never had a clear story or direction, but something about the character was so intriguing. There was so much untapped potential there with that version of Alexa Bliss, but as we know and seen time after time, WWE will create these great supernatural characters and do nothing with them. And that's what they did with this version of Alexa Bliss. They created a great, intriguing character that they did absolutely nothing with and gave up on. So that's the latest with Alexa Bliss. Even she herself misses the previous versions of her character, and we all do, but hopefully something is still on the way. Seth Rollins' recent promo to Cody Rhodes had a lot of AEW references and big moments that happened in AEW. Seth said that Cody had to leave WWE because he wasn't good enough, and said how Cody and his little friends were trying to take down what he was building here in WWE. Seth's mention of little friends possibly being a reference to the Young Bucks and the rest of the AEW roster. Seth also said, "You don't get to take a sledgehammer to the throne and then come back and try to take that throne from me." This is another reference to a viral AEW moment from 2019. During this first special pay-per-view from AEW, Cody Rhodes used a sledgehammer to destroy a throne that was on the stage, a clear reference and jab to Triple H and WWE. That was Cody's first jab to WWE during his time in AEW. He was symbolically breaking Triple H's throne. So Seth called him out for doing that and then coming back to try to take that throne right back. So just a lot of great heavy lines there by Seth Rollins. With no Roman Reigns title defense scheduled for Hell in a Cell, maybe there's a great chance that Cody and Seth main event the show. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.